The Immigrant Legal Defense Fund is now open. City Council stands with young people against gun violence and how you can get a polling center in your neighborhood. I'm Rebecca Jacobson, and here's what's happening in your city now.
Section 1, that the Council of the City and County of Denver stands in solidarity with the survivors of the Stoneman Douglas School in Florida, the survivors of gun violence here in our own communities, and with all students who are demonstrating tremendous courage to seek and enact change throughout the country.
Before a packed chamber, City Council proclaimed their solidarity with students from March for Our Lives with a proclamation and an invitation to speak.
But you give us hope. You drive the passion that we have because we see that our voices are being heard, and we know that we will not stop until we never have to worry about students never coming home, about teachers never coming home from their jobs, from their livelihoods ever again. So I wanted to thank you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart.
We may have grown up in the school shooting generation, but we want to make sure that we're the last ones to have to do that.
I think this is a special time in our history where we need to be following these young people.
The march starts Saturday at 2 p.m. in Civic Center Park. Denver loves immigrants, and this week the city put its money where its mouth is.
Today, the Denver Immigrant Legal Services Fund begins its work. With every new order coming out of Washington, Denver is more committed than ever to continue to fight and to stand with our immigrants and refugees.
This week, Mayor Hancock launched the Immigrant Legal Defense Fund, which helps pay for lawyers for immigrants facing deportation and DACA recipients in need of help. And it's off to a good start with a $100,000 grant from the Vera Institute Safe Cities Network. But the fund still needs contributions, even from you.
We want those small donations, whatever we can do. When we see these atrocities happening, when we see people being torn away from their families, when we see families separated and kissing their fathers goodbye at airports in our country, we tend to think, what do I do about it? What can I do about it? You can give.
To donate to the Immigrant Legal Defense Fund, go to connect.denverfoundation.org. It's never too early to think about voting. The Denver Elections Division is seeking public input for voter service and polling center locations for the upcoming primary and election.
Even though that we deliver all of our ballots to voters via mail, we want to make sure they have different options by which to return them to us.
The Elections Division will be taking feedback on locations through April 2nd for the primary election, and they're seeking input from a few key neighborhoods.
We're still trying to address something on that north side of where 270 in Quebec and I-70 come together, because the last couple of elections there's been a huge growth in population out there.
If you have a suggestion for where to put a polling place, ballot drop box, or where to send the mobile voting unit, you can write to electionscom@denvergov.org, call 311, or write to the Elections Division on Twitter or Facebook @DenverElections. Finally, we have a look at changing Colfax's bus system.
Due to Denver's increase in population, transportation is in need of some renovations to keep up with passenger demand. These renovations include the Bus Rapid Transit Plan, taking place along East Colfax between I-25 and I-225. This section of Colfax is important to many citizens' commute, especially to the students in the downtown area.
I actually have been late because of the Colfax buses, and in general, buses aren't coming on time. I know that the 15 and the 15L are super unreliable in general. I take them both before and after school, and you can't really predict when they're going to be there.
The Bus Rapid Transit Plan will introduce exclusive bus lanes along the median strip of Colfax and new stops for passengers, decreasing transportation time by 15 minutes. Construction and official opening will take place in 2020. As population, job opportunities, and traffic are expected to increase in the coming years, the Bus Rapid Transit Plan is expected to be a long-term solution to transportation concerns.
You can catch a new episode of Your City Now every Friday. Thanks for watching, Denver.